Field Yates reporting that Dallas converted a $5 million roster bonus due to Dak Prescott into a signing bonus, creating $4 million in cap space. His cap number is still a massive $55 million, and the sides could rework it with an extension.
More Cowboys news, Shay, as linebacker Leighton Vander Esch has announced his retirement after a 6-year career, all of them with Dallas. Last season, a neck injury limited him to just 5 games and forced this decision. Dallas releasing him last week.
Well, it's pretty obvious at this point. We know the quarterback of the future is in Chicago, as Caleb Williams is likely going to be the #1 overall pick. And who owns that pick? Well, the Chicago Bears do, as we say hello to our Bears reporter, Courtney Cronin, with us here on SportsCenter. And so, Courtney, the Bears can now focus in on Caleb Williams with Justin Fields going to Pittsburgh. His pro day also happens to be on Wednesday. So how is the team approaching the final month leading up to the draft?
It's all about solidifying the decision at quarterback, Shay, whether that's going to be Caleb Williams, whether it's going to be Jaden Daniels, one of the other top players expected to come off the board in the draft. And you're right, they go out to USC on Wednesday. I'm told it could be a contingent as big as 7 or 8 people. It'll be everybody from Ryan Poles, Ian Cunningham, Matt Eberflus, Shane Waldron, Kerry Joseph. They're going to have a lot of people on hand to evaluate Caleb Williams at his pro day, but pro days often are more of a formality. It's that top 30 visit when they can get Caleb Williams into Hallis Hall, where the Bears are going to be able to do their real homework, finding out, as Ryan Poles has told us, about the person behind the quarterback. And ultimately, that's going to help them determine whether it's Caleb Williams or one of the other top quarterbacks that will be making his way to Chicago in April.
You got to assume a little bit this started to take place at the Combine in Indianapolis as well. But in all of this, we've kind of lost sight of the fact that Chicago also owns the 9th overall pick in this upcoming draft. And so let's go ahead to that pick. What do you think the Bears should do there?
Well, they don't have a lot of picks right now, which is not the case in 2025. That's when they've got all of their future picks. Right now, it's 4, 1, 9, 75, and that pick in the 4th round that they got from the Philadelphia Eagles via last year's trade. They've got to focus on the trenches, Shay. They do not have a projected starting defensive end opposite Montez Sweat. If one is available there at 9, that might be the route that they go. They could also look at offensive linemen, maybe adding another wide receiver to the mix. But if there's one thing we know about Ryan Poles, he's got a penchant for draft day trades. Maybe they're able to move back from one or two spots. Maybe they move back from 9 and recoup some of that draft capital so there's not as big of a gap between 9 and 75.
So don't hang our hats on 1 and 9 because there could be some moving involved. The 3 mock drafts I looked at on ESPN this morning had them taking a wide receiver, but we will see. Of course, the draft is April 25th on ESPN.